Hello, hello, everyone. Good day, good day, good day. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And welcome to this wonderful soul chat with my soul sister over here. Looking all good, my fiery goddess.
Bringing the red. Can't do it any other way. You be like, what's going on?
I love it. Oh, I love this woman. And you guys are in for a treat. What she's about to share with you guys is golden. So share this with others, comment, like get involved, listen, contact her. Like you want to listen in on this one. So before I get too excited, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Abigail Mensah Bonsu. I am the founder of Moon Goddess Publishing and Moon Goddess Academy. And let's go ahead and start with it. So welcome, Nicolette, my dear soul sister. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me. And every time, of course, any chance to connect with Abigail is absolutely just the best thing ever. So grateful to be here and sharing this exciting project.
Yeah. So let's start out with this. For people who don't know you like I do, tell us a little bit about who you are and your service in the world.
Okay, thank you. My name is Nicolette Halladay. I am the CEO and founder of Inspired Hearts Publishing, a book launch strategist, and really just a person who is ready to spread a big, powerful, passionate mission of people doing incredible work in the world. So it is absolutely my pleasure to help people do that through books. There you go.
And you do it beautifully.
Thank
beautifully. You. Like all the books that you've published, all the people that you've helped become #1 international best-selling authors. I mean, your process is so beautiful. And the message that you're planting into the world through these books are just, they're heart-centered. And I love your work. So we're going to be talking, you have this project that you just started, which is just remarkable. And I just pulled my notes because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And it's called Get Published. Industry experts share their secrets. And this is going to be like a collaboration thing. And we'll go more into why you chose that route. But tell us, what was your inspiration with that? How did that come in?
Yes, thank you. So it is kind of like multiple pronged reasons that have inspired this book. So it's Get Published, Industry Experts Share Their Secrets. It's an opportunity for those working in the publishing industry in the various niches to come in and share about their expertise. One of my big intentions behind this is to really, for people who are interested in publishing, for people who've always wanted to get published, for people who, there's so many myths out there about the opportunities available for people to get published. And with self-publishing platforms and indie publishers and so many support services of people, there's no reason why people shouldn't understand how easy it is, find the services and the people who can help them do it, and how to get the most out of it. So really, I just want to bring this book to the world so more and more people are tapping into utilizing and sharing their stories, expertise through books. So that is, from the reader's perspective. But for the collaborators, really, this is such a focused book. It is the next best thing to a solo book about the work that you're doing. It is primed for you to get on podcasts and media to talk about the work you're doing and why. And so, it's just this opportunity, so focused. So just come in, share your expertise, join this network. So that's the third thing, is joining this network of incredible people doing this work. Look, I spend a lot of time in Zoom rooms and across the internet with the most incredible people. And whenever I do, I feel so hopeful, like, oh, things are good. And then I go out to the regular world and I'm like, oh, crap. We got some work to do, people. And so the people that are coming into this project are just passionate, purpose-driven. They are here for a reason. They're here for a deeper reason, and it's to encourage the collective for healing, for inspiration, for creative expression. And so the networking opportunities to really build out your network and collaborate, partner with people doing incredible work in the world. That's what I want this to facilitate.
Whew, you're on fire. And everything that you said is so true. I don't know how many times I've talked to people who know they're here to share their story, to be published or to write a book, but they just have, or I think it's the thought of it that is daunting. They don't know where to start. They don't know how to do it. And they create this reality that is way bigger. And then it stops them from moving forward. And that's what I love about projects like these, like what we're doing with multi-author books. And you do solo books too. You support people and it's like breaking that illusion that has been created and say, here are the steps. And you're very good at doing that. It's like, here are the steps. We're going to
do this. And
let's get this done.
The reality is, even with all these opportunities, it's hard to maneuver through it. If you haven't done it before, it's challenging to know where to start and how to get the most out of this opportunity. And that's why I want to highlight the people who are here to make it happen for you. And so that's what we're doing in this book. And it's true. And so many people think, I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. So even there's people who've always, they know they have a message, they know they have something to share, and they get caught up in the process of it. And then there's people who think, I'm not a writer. I don't know what I would write about. And I want to encourage you that you are a writer, and let you know that contributing to a project like this, contributing a chapter to a multi-author book is, I want to say, the best way to get clarity on your message.
Absolutely.
So clarity is going to come through for you. And you are going to know exactly what you're here and why you're here and what you're doing. And other people are going to know it too. So there's kind of both ends of the spectrum, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had a call earlier this week with my authors. And, one thing I was talking about was exactly that, like the connection, but it's also... There was something that was like coming through with this, and it's like escaping me. Come back.
I hate it when that happens.
I know, right? I blame it on Mercury.
It's all Mercury's fault.
Exactly.
Mercury retrograde.
I was like, because some of them, after, they're contributing in my multi-author books, like they're going out there. Some of them are writing their own solo books. Some of them are doing oracle cards. Like they're out there doing this. Some of them are creating podcasts. And I'm like, you guys, everything that you're doing, each time you write a story in a multi-author book, eventually you can put them all together and boom, you have a solo book. And they're like, what? Like, really? I'm like, yes, that's how you take it one step at a time. Because sometimes the thought of I need to write a book is like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. How many hours?
Oh my gosh, writing a solo book is a labor of love, time, and commitment. And it is not for the faint of heart. For the people who do it, it is a portal. You will not come out the other side the same person as you entered, I promise, in so many ways, from getting so clear on your messaging, what you heard, all the way to the visibility piece. There's so many opportunities for personal growth.
Absolutely.
But a multi-author book is easy. You show up, you contribute a chapter, you get so much clarity. Every time I've contributed, I think I've written in 6 multi-author books, and every time the clarity that has come through, the healing, the coming to terms with, why things have happened and getting understanding through it. I mean, I think sometimes we get caught up in this perfectionist. It has to be perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to remind people that, and this is my own personal belief from experiencing it, from helping other people go through it, the personal transformation that you go through is actually going to be more impactful than the finished product. Like, I promise you, you will not be the same person that entered into that. You come out someone different if you're open to it and, you know, all in. And so that's it's a hard piece to help people understand until they've been through it.
Exactly.
But then you sit there going, yeah, because you've been through it. And you
yes. Absolutely. I think it's a process that, especially, the leaders, the visionaries, the healers who are here, they know they're here to, help the planet, help humanity with your magic. Like, this is a great way to get out there. Like, blast your message, blast your gift, right? So, okay, I want to ask you this. Let's get back to get published. What type of contributors are you looking for in this book?
Good question. So all of those, anyone who's really working in the publishing industry, kind of behind the scenes, out front, working with people in the writing process, the packaging and publishing, the marketing, the promotion, the visibility, all of it. So publishers, book coaches, writing coaches, developmental editors, copy editors, illustrators, graphic designers, podcast hosts, visibility experts, PR, book strategist, book launch strategist. I'm trying to think. I think maybe there might be some other people that I'm not including, but you get the idea. If you have a role in helping in the creation, the promotion, the, once it's done, helping people really, all of those pieces, those are the people that I want to bring in to come in, share their expertise in this book. We're only holding 3 spots for each niche. So each one of those specific roles is going to have a space to share their expertise and really shine a light on what they do. People are going to read this book and feel like, oh my gosh, this is the person I need to work with. And so, those are the kinds of folks that we're calling into this.
I love that. You're really like breaking it down for people. It's like, if you know you're here to write a book, like, here is the way. Here are the people you can contact. Like, you're making it so easy so that there's no more excuses.
Right. There's no excuses. And for the contributors, I mean, think about it. The book you just contributed is called Get Published, Industry Experts Share Their Secrets. When you go on podcasts, your message is done. You just wrote it in the book. You know exactly what you're going to talk about. And you're highlighting all these other people who are here doing it with you, the community, the networking. It's next level because we get it. The people who've already joined it, they are networkers, they're collaborators at their core. They understand that when, who you surround yourself with, that is the energy that you're kind of percolating in, for lack of a better word. So it's just, we're making it easy all the way for all the people. Let's make it easy. Let's do this easy. That's kind of been my motto.
I love that. It's like, I feel like life can already be challenging. Like, if there's a way we can make things easy, why not keep it easy like that, right?
Let's make it easy. Yeah.
I want to ask you this, and I feel like we kind of talked a little bit about that, but I want to hear your answer. Why should entrepreneurs publish a book? Like, why is that important?
Oh my gosh. Well, you are going to get so much clarity around your message that you're pretty much going to just have this all dialed in for sure. It really distinguishes you as an expert. When you have a published book, when you, have already shared your expertise in a book, people really look at that with prestige and understand the value. You're leaving your legacy, you're leaving your message. I had someone say something so interesting to me. Sometimes entrepreneurs start in a project like this or come to write a book or participate in a multi-author book. And so they come as entrepreneurs and then they realize they're thought leaders and they have more to share. And so the progression that happens through this is absolutely, it's going to elevate you. It's going to elevate your business. It's going to make things easy for, visibility, for all those next things that, you're ready for.
And not to mention the collaborative and networking piece where you get to surround yourself with more like-minded people who celebrate you and cheer you on as you move through the journey. I mean, it's just priceless.
Let's not do this alone.
Right? Priceless. So let's talk about some of the common myths surrounding publishing, because you and I know, but let's talk about that. Yeah.
Publishing has changed. So let's see. One of my favorite ones is that you're going to write a book and make a lot of money off the sales of the book. It's not to say that's never going to happen, but there's better ways. And that's what, I know you train your authors on. That's what I support my authors in, realizing that the proceeds from the book sales is just going to be like this tiny fraction, but selling your own products and services off the back end of the book is what's going to really help you skyrocket your business. So that's one of my favorite ones. Another one is that it's complicated. It has to be complicated. Has to be complicated. This has to be hard. When you partner with the right people who do this for a living, who understands this process, who have studied it and learned it and have worked through all of those kinks for you, it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy. It can be fun. And it will probably be one of the things that you're most proudest of in your whole entire life.
Yes. Oh,
those are
absolutely. Yeah. Those are big ones.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think I mentioned this at the beginning, where, there's so many people that I've talked to who want to publish books, but it never happens. Why? What do you think blocks them? What is that? Why is it that people who know they're here to publish books, but it doesn't happen? What's stopping them?
Have you talked to people who've written the book and never published it?
Oh God, not yet. Oh no, I would be like, girl, let's do this.
So why so many people want to write a book. I mean, so many people are like, I tell people I work on, I've always wanted to write a book. And so it's kind of a natural thing. I think people overcomplicate it. People, they don't know the next steps. They don't know where to begin. Just getting started. So all of those things. But then there's this thing that happens when we're putting ourselves out there in a big way, like some of those people who've written the book but haven't published it, or take a really long time to publish a book that just doesn't need to be that way. There is this opportunity. What happens when we go to do something big and scary that we've never done? Our nervous system is like, oh my gosh, this is scary. This is scary. And so it's hard to put ourselves out there. I think that's like the biggest thing about partnering with someone like Abigail or myself in this process is you don't just get a book publisher, you get someone who understands the wholeness of this process. And when we're creative entrepreneurs, when we're spiritual entrepreneurs, when our work is an extension of who we are as humans, it makes that process probably just magnified when it comes to putting ourselves out there. There's so much that comes up. And so having someone holding space for you, reminding you it's going to be okay, bringing you back to your center, giving you tools and techniques to move through it, it's priceless.
It really is priceless, because I'm telling you, we all will get, like, even when you decide, I'm going to write this chapter, and you write it down and you're doing it with other people, you still will hit that spot. You're like, oh my gosh, a lot of people are going to see this. Am I ready for this? Am I capable of that? Like, you will get, and there's nothing like, you know, especially being in the containers where you share that, and then someone's like, oh my gosh, I feel the same way. Oh my gosh, I feel the same way. And then us, as, you know, the gatekeepers, were able to bring in that support spiritually, mentally, you know, emotionally, all of it, to support them through and break through, so that when they step out with that message, when that book gets published and birthed into the world, it's like, heck yeah, bring it on. Right.
We're here.
Yes.
And also, you know, even with all that support, there's people who still end up going and hiding. And then there's people who shine all the way through it, and they come out you're just like, whoa, who is this person? And so there's just the potential for growth, for expansion in your business and it's just, I don't know. It's like pretty much like nothing else that exists. So, I'm just saying, like, yeah. And then you end up in going to networking events or going to some engagement, and you realize, oh shit, I'm the most confident person in this room. How did that happen? And that's what I want for you.
Yes. You know, and there's nothing like when you go to a networking event and you mention that, you know, you are, you know, like, you are an author, published author, and your book was #1 best-selling. Like, it changes the mood. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, wait what did you do? Yeah.
Pay attention to.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you write about? And so, you know, even though it's a chapter, that book, the entire thing can be like a, what do you call it? Like a business card. Like,
It's
hey,
a calling card.
Yeah, there you go.
And this book specifically, because it's so targeted, because it's so specific to open those doors to talking about the work that you're doing, literally, there's so many amazing book opportunities, and a lot of them are going to open up different kinds of doors for you.
Yes.
This one specifically is just so targeted, and that's what I'm so excited, because it's different than anything I've really done before. And I'm excited to kind of see what kinds of things come about because of that.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Tell me about the power of collaboration and networking, because we've been mentioning this, but let's go into that. Tell me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm here with Abigail because of the power of collaboration and networking, and it goes deeper. It goes so much deeper than when you are open and understanding the depths that it can go in. You create really just foundational support for you personally, for your business. You find collaborators, people who you connect with. Abigail and I are talking about some different opportunities that we might be talking about coming up soon. So excited about that. You find mentors. Abigail is also my spiritual mentor and has walked me through so much of this. And so you find people who you're like, for this book specifically, you know, you need someone who's going to do the okay, I'm looking for a copy editor. I'm looking for a developmental editor. I know the people. We're all talking to people, you know, about publishing, about this work. And you never want to be like, I don't do that, and I don't have someone to connect you to who can help you, support you through that. When you can be that connector, you know, whether you're getting some kind of referral fee or not, you're going to be reminded, you're going to be remembered as the person who helped them get that thing that they really needed done. Right?
Exactly.
And so it's I don't want being a solo entrepreneur, being a business owner, an online business owner, a creative entrepreneur, is lonely. It can be lonely. And I don't want to do it alone. I'm like at this point, I don't want to. I'm not doing this alone. There's too many amazing people around me to do this with. Why would I try to take on the world when there's things that Abigail is so much better at than I am? We partner and boom, we got it done, right?
Yeah, we've been talking about this aspect, like why? Like I'm tired of doing this by myself. My mission is way bigger than I am, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's supposed to be doing this mission, right? So it just, oh man, yeah, the power of collaboration is truly endless, and we have reached a time where, as business owners, we're being asked to stop trying to do everything ourselves and begin to open up to the possibilities of who else is here to support me through my work, and also how can I support them. There's a beauty in that it's an experience that I can't even put words to. You have to experience it yourself. It's a beauty that comes with finding the right partnership and supporting them in this fluid, beautiful way that just both of you grow and blossom through and thrive through that connection. There's no ego in there. And I think that's what a lot of people who stay away from the networking and collaboration, they get afraid, or they're afraid of that ego part. Like, the people come in and just want to take, right? Yeah. And for example, what you're creating, the people that you're bringing together, they're heart-centered people. They want you to thrive as much as they want to thrive, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And so
I think too, we're at this precipice of a time where our culture is changing. Trends are shifting. And like I mentioned, I spend a lot of time online with people who totally get it. And there's still this massive world of people who haven't really been awakened to this idea. So we're at this forefront of creating business in a new way, of doing this differently, of creating more ease and flow, of really modeling and creating, envisioning what we want to create in life and business. So it can be hard. It can be scary being on the forefront and trying to carve this new path. When you can find people who get it and who you don't have to drag. No, guys, look, it's over there. Don't you see it? Don't you see this vision? They're like, yes, charge. We're going for it. So when you find those kinds of relationships, it's not always going to be a business partnership. Yes. It's not always going to be. It can be a whole plethora of things. It can be a friendship. It can be a mentorship. It can be a business partnership. It can be a collaboration around one certain book opportunity or, project. There's so many different ways. And I think what Abigail and I and these kinds of opportunities are inviting you to is to imagine the possibility. Come in. We need your insight. I need to know what you see because I don't see that. I see what I see. And that kind of, when we can start doing the thought, just that's how our thoughts evolve. That's how we get to where we want to be. And that is what I'm so excited about because we're at unique times right now, people. We get to be the frontiers of doing this different.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So why do you want to master a 30-day best-selling campaign, and what does that mean for the contributors, the authors that come in?
Yeah. So oftentimes when you sign up for a multi-author book, you are, the publisher will bring you to bestseller status. We understand the strategy. We understand how to make that happen for you. And so what happens sometimes is you get to bestseller and, everyone puts in their effort, everyone's sharing, everyone does the thing, you get to bestseller. And then there's, as I'm having conversations with others, can be kind of a letdown, kind of oh, now what?
Now what?
Now what? I did it. Now what? And even with publishers who provide all kinds of resources and ideas on how you can take that book and grow your audience and, all the resources, it's all there for you. Some people take advantage of it and some people don't.
Yeah.
And then chapter of how it goes, right? And so what I'm doing, for the record, I don't really think it matters if you're a bestseller, 30-day bestseller. I don't think it takes away from the achievement at all, from what you've done, from the growth and opportunities that are available to you. It's all there for you. So for the record, I don't think it matters. But why I want to do this is because I'm baking into the process. So the contributors are coming in, they know, okay, we're going for this 30-day bestseller, first of all. So it's setting this tone. And then I'm baking into the process all of those things that we should be doing that sometimes we don't always do. We're putting out those things every day. Here's the thing you need to do. Sometimes it's a smaller thing. Sometimes it's a bigger thing. And we're sending this book out to the universe and saying, here's something to work with. And so that's what I'm doing with this. And I kind of contribute it to like a small group exercise program. You show up, they tell you what to do. You still have to do the thing. You have to work your ass off. You have to get to it. But you don't have to think about the what or where or when. So that's kind of what I'm trying to take out of it. And this is evolution. I have this insight. I'm trying this. I'm seeing the vision. I'm going to go through with this. And then I hope to spread it with other people who are doing something. It's just, this is how these things grow.
Yes. So let's talk. I want you to talk a little bit about the process so that people can really see how easy like once they sign up for it, like what do they do after? Like what are some things?
For the book, like the whole process, right? Okay, so you sign up. And actually, I am on a mission to close enrollment in September. I hope to do that. Anyone who's launched anything knows that sometimes those dates aren't as concrete as we want them to be, but that's my intention, is to close enrollment in September. So if you're interested, if you work in publishing, if you see this as an opportunity, I'd love to have a conversation with you pretty quick to get you in. Plus there's the, 3 spots limited for each specific niche. So you gotta consider that too. So I'm hoping to close enrollment in September. We're really not even going to launch till February 2023. I don't want to add another thing to the busy holiday season. And I really just want to give some breath to this and the creation process, give it a little bit of time. So when you come in, you join this network. Referrals are already getting passed around because these are savvy networking entrepreneurs already. So that's already starting to happen. You write 150 word to 300 word bio, depending on the package you sign up with. You send a headshot. And don't overthink it. Most our cell phones take pretty high resolution photos. So you send in a flattering picture. There's opportunities to join in some of the live workshops for writing the process. I give you some prompts and things to write about. You write a 3,000 word chapter, and then we all join together when it's launch time, and we share with our audience, with our email list, with our social media following, with our friends, with our family, and we celebrate.
Yes. Totally. And so, you sign up for it, choosing your package, you send in your headshot, which please don't make it complicated, make it easy. Your cell phone can take a picture, send in your bio, a nice bio. And I know you guide them through that. You have like some guidelines.
I have resources to help you. So, if you think about it, you have a bio now that you can use for pitching to those podcasts, for all those things. So a lot of us, like writing a bio, it's something we know we should, but some people never get to, right? So like, that's just like one thing you get, like you get a completed bio. We walk you through the writing process. There's trainings and opportunities for the writing, the marketing, the promotion, and then, we handle all the rest. So we do the book packaging. We have editors that go through, we'll work with to make sure that like spelling and grammatical stuff is all correct. We aren't in the business of of like limiting your expression. I think that's, anyways. You got it. I'm not going to tell you what to write. We'll help you through the process, but ultimately you get to say the words that land on the page. and censorship. That's the word I was trying to think
There
of.
we go.
We're not in the business of censorship, but we have all the people. We provide amazing marketing tools and promos, and you get to know the other collaborators, and then we launch it. And then we go into this 30-day bestseller, which is a little bit more expensive, but I know if you're in publishing, you're totally going to get it. Plus, you get to learn it. You get to learn what we're doing. So then you get to take it back to whoever you're working with or what projects you have going on. That's how we grow, right? Yeah.
Yes. So listen, if you are involved in any of the process, editing, formatting, book cover design, like everything that she just mentioned, there are people who need what you do, but they have no idea you exist. They don't even know you do what you do. And what Nicolette is doing is bringing all of you together in one book, so that the moment someone has that inspiration or thought or the idea that I'm ready to write my book, they can grab this book and be like, oh, I can talk to this person who can edit my book for me or my chapter for me. Or I can talk to this person to design my book for me. So this is gold here. Nicolette is creating something that will just make this process so much easier for these amazing people who need to share their stories with the world out there.
Let's face it, if you were to write a book about your specific thing, it might be hard to write a full book about what you do, right? But now you don't have to do that. You get to write about your expertise. You get to shine a really bright light. You get to help people who are ready and excited to write a book, but not sure about the process.
Yes.
We're going to get this in front of entrepreneurs who are going to utilize this information to make their life, to send their message brighter out to the world. One of the things that I do, and I know Abigail does, is we work a lot with spiritual healing modalities, people who are doing this. Those are the kinds of stories I want to share. I want to create this ripple. I'm not one of those people, but in my role here is to be the megaphone for people who are doing that work, because I've experienced it. I've done it. I know what happens. And that's what I want for the future. That's what I want for my daughters. That's what I want for the world. So,
oh, wonderful. So, how do people? Do you have an application? Is there a website they can go to?
I'm going to drop 2 links here. One's a sales page. It just goes over all the details, everything you get, kind of the fine print of how much it costs to participate in this project, all of those things. And then I'm going to put a link to an application. If you are interested, please complete the application, because we are only accepting a certain amount of people. We need to go through that process, and then I'll be in touch and we'll see if it's a right fit. If it doesn't end up being a right fit, the other thing that I'm doing and I'm really passionate about is growing the publishing network in general. I have a free networking group that we meet once a month. So there is opportunities to collaborate in all kinds of different ways. So if you're in this work, like, just come on, let's connect. Like, there's no reason not to. So fill out the application. Let's have a conversation. And yeah, that's.
Oh, I blame it on Mercury retrograde. She'll be back. She'll be back. So she'll put the links below. But yes, if you are in this work, us as publishers, we want to get to know you. We want you to share your expertise in this gorgeous project here. So remember, application ends I think she said by the end of September. So make sure you fill the application out, talk to Nicolette, and go from there. Like, this is the time. Stop hiding. Your work is so valued and so needed at this time. There's so many people who need it. So jump on it. Okay. Let's see if Nicolette will be back. Okay. That's Mercury retrograde. That's okay. So she fell off, but hopefully you got everything that you needed. Go below, go find the links, fill out the application, get in there, share your expertise. We need you. We want to get to know you. We want to see what you've been doing, what you're sharing with the world, how you're supporting people in publishing, their inspiration, their visions, their stories in the world. All right. So I'm so glad that she joined me today to talk about this, because this is so needed. And thank you guys for joining me this beautiful Friday. And until next time, from our hearts to yours. Bye.